Hey everyone, welcome back to Ben Films. And this is a project that I've been working on for a very long time, since I think August, maybe even July. I've kept putting it on hold, working on other projects, but yeah, it's finally finished. Today I'm showing you how I made a Carnage mask from Venom, There Be Carnage. I'm super happy with this. I improved quite a bit from my Venom mask right over there. That is not the same one that I made on the YouTube channel. This is also an improved version. You can see some pictures of that on my Instagram. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to make this. Let's get started. For this project, you'll need to download the patterns from my website. The link is in the description. Cut out the patterns and trace them onto 10mm thick EVA foam. Next, cut out all the pieces. Some edges are cut on a 90-degree angle, but edges marked with a dotted line on the pattern are cut on an inward angle. Next, heat form the pieces using a heat gun. Then glue the pieces together using contact cement. The way contact cement works is you apply it to both surfaces, let it get tacky, then stick them together, and they bond on contact. You'll probably need to trim some material off the back of the mask to make it fit. Next, sand the seam smooth. Then fill in the seams with foam clay. Make sure to wet the surface with a bit of water to make sure the foam clay sticks. Once the foam clay dries, sand it smooth. Then heat seal the mask. You might have noticed I also carved some details in the mouth using a rotary tool off screen. Make the teeth using scrap foam. Carve away bits of foam until you have a long, pointy tooth shape. Sand the surface smooth with the rotary tool. Then glue the teeth into the mouth. Use foam clay to sculpt the gums and lips. Sand away the inside edges of the eye sockets. Then cut out some pieces for the eyes and heat shape them into a curve. Glue the eyes behind the eye sockets. Squeeze hot glue into lines on a piece of parchment paper. Once it cools, you can peel them off. Then glue them on the side of the face, connecting the upper and bottom jaws. Add some details with hot glue around the eyes and mouth. Then paint it red using Plaid FX paint. You'll need at least 2 coats. I also added some lines in the eyes. Paint the teeth with an off-white color. Mix a yellowish-brown color and put it on the base of the teeth and feather it to the tip. Brush some red around the edges of the eyes. I painted over the eyes with white to cover up some of the red in the eye. Paint the gums. The color is close to pink, but mix in a tiny bit of brown, yellow, orange, and other colors like that to make it just the right color. Then add some black around the eyes and mouth. added more red because I added a bit too much black. Then brush on some gloss Mod Podge on the eyes and in and around the mouth. This will make those areas look shiny and wet. Cut a piece of breathable black fabric and glue it behind the mouth. The gloss Mod Podge wasn't as shiny as I wanted, so I coated the eyes with 5-minute epoxy. I used a technique I saw SKS Props use, which is mixing the epoxy with black paint, and I splotched it on the lips and a little bit on the gums. And once the epoxy is dry, the Carnage mask is finished.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, like, and if you're new, subscribe. And make sure to let me know what you thought in the comments below. And give me suggestions for future projects. That's it from me for now. Bye!